Coaster here, coaster there, coasters everywhere. It's Cedar Point, the roller coaster capital of the world. So today, I'll be ranking all the coasters at Cedar Point. Please make sure to stay till the end, where I will reveal future trip plans that I have to the park, and also I will crown my favorite roller coaster at the whole park and in the whole world. I will be excluding Top Thrill 2, Siren's Curse, and Corkscrew because I haven't ridden them yet. Let's dive in. Kicking it off at number 15 with Wilderness Run. This coaster, located in the Planet Snoopy section of the park, is very old and janky. It is originally called Gemini Jr. and then got rethemed to Snoopy. It's got weird triangle-shaped airtime hills, and Woodstock Express serves as a superior kids coaster, and it was the first Intamin coaster. Number 14, Woodstock Express. Also located in the Planet Snoopy section of the park, this coaster is fun and smooth. It's a solid kids coaster, and a lot better than Wilderness Run. The train does have a bell you can ring in the front, and the coaster's also got a drive tower lift hill. Number 13 will go to Cedar Creek Mine Ride. The ride is very historic to the frontier area of the park. The mine train's got a cool setting over the lake and a fairly long ride time. Although the ride can have rough and janky transitions, it's still a fun coaster for families. Number 12, Blue Streak. Blue Streak is the only wooden coaster at the park and tends to be very rough. It's an ace landmark, so I wouldn't expect it to go anywhere anytime soon. I like the blue color scheme, and it adds a nice touch to the ride. It's a nice family coaster, but there are better coasters on this list. At number 11, we have Iron Dragon. These suspended coaster models are becoming more and more rare, with more becoming defunct. Iron Dragon in particular isn't super intense compared to some of the other ones like the Bat at Kings Island, although I would nominate this the best family coaster at Cedar Point. It's an early access ride, at least when I was there, and it's a fun ride overall with swinging cars. Number 10, Magnum XL 200. Let me explain why. I hate this ride. It's extremely rough, it's got terrible profiling. From the start to the finish, my entire body was in pain. It is not a fun ride. I do not see why people like it. At some points, it quite literally felt like I was gonna fall out of the ride, not in a fun way. The airtime hills, the best part. Well, in this case, it was the worst part, because it was just pain going through all those airtime hills. Airtime hills are supposed to be fun, and this was not fun. It falls short of a lot of better coasters. I will give it a little grace, because it was the first hypercoaster, but I do not get how people like this ride. It sucks. Alright, moving on to much better rides. At number 9, we have Wild Mouse. I personally love this ride. It's a really fun spinning coaster. It's got good theming. There's one cheese car and all the rest are mouse. It's always a game to see if you can get in the cheese car. I love that Cedar Point did this, and also, they didn't have to name the mouse. They named all of them. That's great that they did that. It really adds to the theming. It's got a good loading system. The cars are continuously loading people, and it's always moving, compared to some of the other spinning coasters that don't have it, leading to poor capacity and long lines. And even then, this ride still gets a long line, so I would recommend doing this earlier in the day. Number 8, Gemini. This racing coaster is so underrated. I really love Gemini. It's got big drops and hills, and just about anyone in the family can ride this. It is so smooth, going through those straight sections. It practically feels like a brand new ride, even though this ride is really old. It goes through the midway, which is a nice touch, and also you can pick from the blue or the yellow side. And either side you pick, you will get a great ride experience out of this underrated ride. Number 7, Rougarou. Rougarou gets so much unnecessary hate. I didn't think this ride was that bad when I rode it. It's got a nice drop and some decent inversions. Not too rough at all. This also originally was Mantis when it opened as a stand-up coaster, and since then has been transformed into a floorless. I think the reason why a lot of people don't like it is because it's got stand-up elements on a floorless coaster. I guess that's kind of weird. But overall, so underrated. It quite literally never has a line, or at least when I went. And many mid-tier parks could really benefit from this ride, and the one thing that I'm complaining about is that it doesn't belong at Cedar Point. Just missing the top 5 spot is Raptor at number 6. Raptor is an older B&M invert that has operated at the park for many years. Since it's an older invert, it's whippy and intense like a lot of the other older models are. The ride can also be a little bit rough, but nothing more than a little bit of headbanging. The newer inverts are usually a lot more tame compared to some of the others. The ride has some solid inversions and ends with an intense helix that snaps you into the brake run. It still serves as a top ride of the park after being open for many years and fulfills a fun and intense coaster at the park. Getting into the top 5 is Valravn, the park's dive coaster. Valravn has a nice first drop that dangles you over, making it a fun and cool experience. You're able to see Lake Erie and the park, so that's really nice. Many people visiting the park that have never ridden a dive might think that this thing is too scary, but it's not as bad as it looks. It's a fun ride, but there is Siren's Curse next door, and that's kind of overshadowing the ride. There are some good inversions on the ride, but nothing too special in particular to say about this dive coaster. At number 4 is Gatekeeper. This coaster is very cool as you climb the lift hill and can see the lake to the left of you. It starts with a fun wing over drop that can be intense if you're on the outside, and then it's followed by a nice inversion. The best part of the ride is the roll that interacts with the front gate as you go by it. The overall ride is great, but after the mid-course brake run, the ride is pretty weak. It drops and does a weak helix, so it's not a great way to end an already good wing coaster. I still love this regardless of the bad ending it has. The final 3 is Millennium Force for the 3rd spot. Millennium Force is a fun Giga coaster and was the original Giga coaster that opened in the year 2000. A lot of people criticize this ride and call it Millennium Forceless, but I don't think it's fair to call it that. The first drop is good and falls with a surprisingly intense helix. The coaster has some good floater moments and decent turns. In my opinion, after the first part of the ride, it's not as intense, but it's still a fun ride to go on leading into the final brake run of the ride. Coming in close at number 2 is Maverick. I really love Maverick from start to finish. The coaster has so many great moments like the rapid fire twists and powerful airtime hills. It is a very complete ride with a secret launch in the tunnel and the intense and whippy transitions. It can get a really long line because it's lower capacity, so it's better to do it first thing in the morning when you visit the park. Maverick really surprised me when I rode it, which makes it even better of a ride. This coaster is a strong contender for number 1, but doesn't quite make the cut. At last, the long-awaited champion of Cedar Point and the world is Steel Vengeance. Steel Vengeance is a perfect ride. It has so many amazing moments from inversions to airtime to fun transitions. It also holds the world record for most airtime on a coaster to this day, which is super impressive. RMC makes amazing coasters and does not disappoint. The coaster went from one of the worst coasters as Mean Streak to one of the best in the world. Cedar Point did really well with this one and picked out an amazing coaster for the park to replace Mean Streak. I love Steel Vengeance a lot, and I'm excited to get back there to ride this and many other great coasters like Maverick. Now that I've given my opinion on the ranking of coasters at Cedar Point, I would like to reveal my plans for my trip in August. I will get to do the Sunrise Thrills Tour, which is a VIP experience. It will get me immediate boarding onto Siren's Curse, Top Thrill 2, and many other cool perks at the park. The main thing is also going to the top of Valravn, as well as behind-the-scenes tours on Siren's Curse and Top Thrill 2. I love Cedar Point a lot, and I'm really looking forward to going there. That's a wrap on the rankings of coasters at Cedar Point. If you enjoyed the video, look out for more videos soon, and like and subscribe. Also, comment what you think of the video, and I'll see you next time.